Welcome to Literature 2174, Literature Multimedia of the Holocaust. I'm thrilled that you've made the decision to take this course. This is probably one of the most popular courses on East Campus. Every semester I have to turn students away. We have a waiting list. Some of you may have been trying for a year or two to get into the course. It's a course that's going to make you think in ways that you never thought before, look at issues in ways that you've never looked at before, and even look at issues you've never looked at before. It's going to tap into your emotions in ways which no other course ever has done, and in such a way that some of you, if you tend to be an emotional person, may find your emotions being pretty well stretched based upon some of the literature that we read and so forth as we go through this course. And that's okay. Once in a while students ask me, this is a very, upsetting topic, and, what happens if I cry in class? And my answer is, bring tissues. The reality is that if what you are going to learn this semester does not affect you emotionally, then maybe you're not a very sensitive person, maybe you're not human. At least that's my take on it. You may feel differently. A lot of your friends have probably said to you, how can I have a whole course on just the Holocaust? And you may be thinking that too. And by the end of the semester, you'll be saying to me, or writing on the end of the course survey, that you didn't realize there's so much to know about it that you need another course to continue learning the in-depth information that is obviously there about this one particular event, this watershed event in history. So you've made the decision to take the course. It's a course that's going to be taught in a way that may be different from what you expect and what your experience has taught you. It is not going to be taught to you like a regular history course. I do not stress memorization of facts, dates, names, and details of that nature. I do not give exams. I really feel that this is an area where I can assess how much you have learned and what you've learned through other means other than the traditional paper and pencil tests. So I won't be giving you any of those, and I'm sure that thrills you. That's not to say that you won't have a good deal of work. It's a literature-based course. You'll be reading a lot of literature, writing in response to it, discussing, sharing, doing online work, as well as watching a good number of, media, watching videos, documentaries, docudramas about the Holocaust, studying art, pictures of memorials, poetry, plays possibly, memoirs, diaries, essays written by survivors, written by scholars. The whole idea is that by the end of the day, your study of the Holocaust will need to put a face on the event if it's to mean anything to you in any meaningful way. The number 6 million, when we talk about 6 million Jews being murdered, or 11 million people when you count the assorted victims added to the Jews, although the Jews were the ones who were targeted for total worldwide annihilation, but we'll get into that in the course. It seems to me that the number 6 million is something that most human beings cannot comprehend. You and I don't have any concept of what 6 million of anything is. Chances are very slim that we'll ever see 6 million of anything. Pennies, money, dollars, unless we win the lottery. So to talk about numbers, whether you say 6 million were murdered, 5 million, 7 million, 9 million, your mind is numbed by numbers. It's only when you take those numbers and you break them down to look at them through the eyes of individuals in the literature. You put a face on the experience. You put a face on the events. You put a face on the horrors of the Shoah. And the word Shoah I'll be using very frequently is the Hebrew word for Holocaust. And what you'll find is that's where it's going to tap into your emotions, because you'll start to read and realize that what you're reading is not something that was written by 6 million people. It was written by a real person like yourself, like myself, like your parents, like a brother, like a sister, a person who had hopes, feelings, dreams, aspirations that never saw the light of day because they were murdered, simply because they practiced a different religion. And that sheds a different light on what you learn and how you see the Holocaust. So we'll look at the historic part. That'll be due on Tuesdays, a reading selection of a chapter in the History of the Holocaust book by Yehuda Bauer. But then for the Thursday class, you'll have read the literature related to the same topic or theme to which that chapter in Bauer's book was devoted, so that you'll read through the eyes of real people how it was like to be in the concentration camp, or what life was like in the ghetto, if that's what you read in the history book. So you'll have the basic foundation. And the videos we watch will all enhance that. When we study poetry and children's artwork, we'll be looking to see, how is the horror of the experience expressed through art, through poetry, through the creation of a monument afterwards, later on, to commemorate the 6 million or the 11 million people in the Holocaust. And we'll start early in the semester by tracing the history of anti-Semitism, because although the Holocaust, technically, people say, was between 1933 and 1945, anti-Semitism, the hatred of Jews, has been around for centuries. And it did not start and was not invented by the Nazis. They just went, as you will see, to an extent with their anti-Semitism, to an extent that no other group in the history of the world had ever taken it. So with that, I'm going to encourage you to stay actively involved in this class. I'm going to ask you to please get very familiar with this WebCT online environment. A lot of the assignments will be posted there, videos such as this one you'll have to watch, and then right there on the spot post your reaction to the video in a discussion board, and then go back and post a reaction to your classmates' postings a day or two later. That's where you'll find a lot of the resources. I'm setting it up by unit, so when you look at your screen on the left, you'll see course content, and when you click on the course content button on the left menu, in the middle of the screen, you'll see it starts off under the logo of the class with my name. You have a house, which is your home base, and that's where your course orientation is, some information and documents you need to get started, the course syllabus, a schedule of assignments, attendance policies, where to get help if you don't understand how to use WebCT well, a variety of things in there, including this welcome video. To the right of that, and on the rest of the page, you'll see mostly little blue backpacks, and they're labeled learning modules. They're actually learning units. Same word, same thing, just a different word. The learning units or modules correspond by topic to the same sections that are tabbed off in your big loose leaf resource book, the binder that I had you buy in the bookstore that I've put together for you. Each of those units or sections has a plethora, a lot of additional information and resources to enhance your understanding and learning of that particular topic. And within that section, when you click on the backpack, you'll find the online resources as well. The reading that's assigned and the reading questions for that particular chapter. You'll find the any videos that are related, art, music, video lecture like this, documentary film clips that I may put in there, PowerPoint presentations, podcasts, web links to other resources, research documents. The list goes on and on and on. I think you get the idea. That's where you'll find a great deal of resources. And then further down on the main page, you'll see that there's a couple of icons that don't have a number, because they may say something like special focus topic, such as women in the Holocaust, because research has shown that women had a very, very different and unique experience in the Holocaust.